Fire and Ice, welcome to Smallville issue number 3. How long is this book going to go on for? I really wonder. I don't think the sales are too bad on it. I think it's got its audience. Like, these two characters, Fire and Ice, there is definitely something to love about them. And I think that would translate really well to other mediums. So it's cool that they're getting the chance to shine here. I hope they can go on for a while, because this book is really fun. And it's really chaotic, which is not really what I was expecting going into this run. I didn't know, it's oh, small town life. Are they going to do anything crazy, just become local heroes in Smallville? Really what's happening is just insanity is ensuing on every corner. It kind of feels like the spiritual successor to the Superman's Pal Jimmy Olsen book. Just because, Jimmy's in this issue, of course, but it's just chaos of a bunch of minor characters, and it's just getting louder and louder and louder and getting more intense and intense and intense, and a lot of random stuff is happening. There's a million characters in this book. They all have names, and you're just okay, how many more people are going to show up here? Who knows? So this issue opens up with Jimmy Olsen. He's going to do a piece on this new thing that Fire wants to do for the Daily Planet. But they are so disorganized at the moment that Lot's wife wants to kill him. And then they kind of close the door on him to kind of figure out a plan. So Fire and Ice are okay, should we distract him? Should I just show him my boobs? And then Ice is no, we should come up with a better plan than that. If we can't, it's a backup. But Tomorrow's well, I can talk to him while you guys figure something out. So they do that, and Fire's okay, everybody, there's too many people in here, so if you have a problem with Jimmy Olsen, and you don't want him to know anything about you, or whatever, let me know, and I'm going to put you upstairs. So some of them want to kill him, some of them just don't really give a shit about him, other ones just who cares? He's alright, everybody, if you don't give a shit, get out of the room and go upstairs, we'll deal with you later. Everyone else who wants to pretend they work here, or actually work here, work here. Look like you work here, okay? Cool. Ambush Bug just exists somewhere, and then the god, I don't remember the name of which god this is, just one of the Olympian guys. We have to put him to work because he's just not going to leave. So Ice gives him a task of hold this sink until I say it's safe to put it down. And he's yeah, that's easy, I can do that. So he's holding a sink. Some people are doing shit upstairs, and then Fire gets a text from her hot guy Charlie, who she talked to in the last issue. So now he's going to show up and do something. And then Jimmy's being distracted. Tom's just I really like turtles. And you were a turtle guy. That's really interesting. I just want to talk about turtles. And we see Fire's kind of getting upset that she knows a lot about Jimmy Olsen, but not about her. And at that moment, Charlie shows up. And he's a cool guy who's hey, I heard this is a place you can get a haircut. Can I get a haircut here? So he walks in, and every woman in the hair salon is okay, that's a hot guy. He's cool. The hunk on wheels. And they're trying to fight over who gets to cut his hair. Eventually, it's... what's the name of Grodd's sister? Is it Mandy? Is she the Mandy one? Gorella's sister is going to cut his hair. So now Fire and Ice are trying to show Jimmy around the entire apartment. Elron has everybody kind of locked in a room that doesn't want to interfere with him. Lot's wife and the cat guy decide we're going to start a revolution. We're going to use the cats to destroy Elron so he can't stop us. So... now more chaos is about to ensue. A lot going on, and there is a lot of characters in here. Could you have taken out maybe 5? Maybe, but maybe the more characters we add to this book, the better it is. I don't know. Fire and Ice take Jimmy to the bathroom where it's this is our confessional. He's this is a bathroom. And it's you can just relax in there. Also, Ambush Bug shows up because he's got a huge crush on Fire now, and he's look, Jimster, if you touch my lady, I will kill you. She's stop it, I'll deal with you later. And Ambush Bug's oh, yes, please, deal with me later. It's crazy, everything's crazy. Jimmy is also allergic to cats, and there's a cat guy that's here. And then Rocky also shows up, her from the diner who's friends with Fight. She's hey, something strange is happening. Can I, get your guys' help on a thing? There's a farm, O'Grady's farm. The cows are eating themselves, they're going cannibalistic. And Ice is I have heard that before, a creature that was brought on hunger. Is it a Wendigo? Is that what we're saying? Because they don't name it, right? She doesn't name what the creature is that cannibalizes. So I'm just going to assume it's a Wendigo type of creature from her heritage that she's talking about. And Rocky's that's insane. But could that be in Smallville? Maybe it is. So more people are showing up. At that point, Charlie gets a bad haircut, and everyone's starting to kind of freak out, but Rocky starts laughing at him. And then the gorilla gets mad. Everyone's getting mad at everybody. The whole time Charlie's filming, he's like, this is great. Everybody kind of loves what we're doing here. That's really fun. I just like that he has no care in the world for any of this. He's just like, yeah, I'll get a bad haircut. People love seeing what's going on here. Hair could grow back. He doesn't give a shit. Meanwhile, as everything's falling apart, Jimmy Olsen is talking to Beefeater. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe I shouldn't be here because I do actually have, like, powers of some recognition and I'm kind of, like, known. But, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to be here at the moment. Maybe do something different with my life. And Jimmy's like, didn't you, like, blow up the Paris embassy? And he's like, maybe. It was kind of a misunderstanding. But if I can just be around here and help out, who knows? He's also kind of racist. I don't need to get into that part of it, but he's cluelessly racist, where he doesn't think about what he's saying about, like, Native American tribes or just, like, certain words that sound the same, or, like, saying, you know, the Ku Klux Klan and that kind of stuff. He's just a dumbass about that. Rocky also shows up because things are getting a little hairy down there, and then there's a crash because Lot's wife starts beating up the beauty queen lady, and there's too much going on. The cats are running loose. Gorilla Grodd's sister has Charlie, like, just, like, she's grooming him, like, plucking the shit out of his hair. Ambush Bug's trying to fight Jimmy Olsen. It's insanity. Nothing good is happening. And then they go to the confessional camera, and then Fire is just crying, like, okay. This isn't good. Charlie wants to go check on her, but no, Ice should be the one that does it. So they have enough people distracted where everything's kind of like in their own lane. You know, somebody made a pie, so now Elrond has a pie, and it's getting a little clustered in here, and you can just see everyone's kind of like worried that Jimmy's going to write a bad review. So one of the other ladies, is it Honey? I can't remember which one it is. Her power's like suggesting people to do something, so she like whispers into Jimmy's ear, and now he's happy with the entirety of this place, and he's going to give this organization and this complex and everything that's going on inside of it a good review. Because, or not even a review, just like a good piece. He's going to talk up like the situation that Fire and Ice are a part of. Cool. Intense and scary. And then we just kind of have a confessional moment where Fire and Ice just chatting in the back room, and Fire's like, this is crazy. I failed. Like, the chaos is ensuing. I don't know. Everybody listened to Tam more than they listened to me. I can't do this. Clearly, something is bad in me. This is hard, and those idiots don't like me, and I'm not good at this. But you just see that Fire is breaking down, and Ice is trying to be there to support her, but, like, you know, it's okay. Like we could do these for the right reasons. Your heart's in the right place if it. You know, if we could deal with Booster and Beetle for their shit, we could deal with these guys. You know, I like it. And that makes me think Booster and Beetle might appear in this book at some point, because they also just had a book that was kind of doing something similar. Blue and Gold was like them trying to use the internet to gain fame and a different notoriety, which makes me think we should just do like a Blue and Gold and Fire and Ice book. That'd be a really fun story that we should maybe play into. But they're going to figure it out. So they walk out of the bathroom. Jimmy's like, hey, this is great. I haven't been brainwashed at all. Everything's great. Everyone's going to pose for a picture. And one of the cats rubs up on Jimmy, and he sneezes, and he turns into a giant turtle. And everyone's like, well, that just happened. I don't know how we deal with that. Which is so funny. So they fly up to the top floor because there are still people upstairs. What's going to happen? Uh-oh, Lot's wife is one of the Wendigos, and she ate Beefeater. You're like, what? And that's where the book ends? That's crazy. That's, like, so much happened here, and every single character was just loud and abrasive, and there's, like, 3 characters on every panel. Like, there is so much going on that it might be a little, like, hard to, like, penetrate if you're not sold on the concept yet, because you're like, okay, who is this lady? And there's another one helping out here, and then Charlie and Rocky are here, and then, like, there's too many people. It's crazy. There's a lot of them. There is a lot of them, and that could be very off-putting. I would 100% understand that. It's kind of funny. It's like, yeah, this is like the chaos that these characters have gotten used to of like the JLI stuff and whatever, but it's kind of fun. It's the right type of chaos, the right type of anarchy, and just having like the small moments where like, okay, Fire bit off more than she could chew. She can't keep control of this. It's getting bad, but Ice is here to help her calm down and relax. And something about that's really nice. It's really pleasant. And I still think this is very different than a lot of stuff that DC is doing. You need this kind of like comedic insanity to balance out the other stuff going on. So it works. She's kind of crazy. I do appreciate the craziness of it all. So, Fire and Ice, welcome to Smallville, issue number 3. I am going to give a 7 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.